Hello students, this is Mr. Wendell Esabril. Are you ready to start your journey to connect your grammar difficulties into the world of grammar? If yes, you may now bring out your notebooks and take some notes. Our topic for today is pronoun.
Hello again students! Our topic for this week is pronoun. So first, what is pronoun? If a noun is a term that refers to a person, location, things, or idea, pronouns are a kind of a generic noun that can stand in for any other noun. So it means that it is a replacement for the noun itself. Okay? Their role is to make communication speedier and more efficient by eliminating the need to repeat the same word over and over again. Okay? Next, here are some pronouns that we commonly use. It is I, me, us, you, themselves, who, and that. Now, pronouns are one of the 8 conventional parts of a speech and are sometimes seen to be a tiny subgroup of nouns. Pronouns are distinguished by the fact that they can be used in a place of noun. Okay, if you keep saying or writing David over and over again while recounting a narrative about your brother David, the story will begin to seem repetitive. Okay? Again, if you keep saying the same noun over and over again, it can be seen that your sentence is repetitive. For example, David loved to sing and dance. David announced that David wants to compete in a singing competition in general trias. Okay? For this example, the word David or the noun David is repetitive. Okay? In pronoun, we are avoiding that particular type of repetition. Okay? Now, you may try to spice it up by referring to David as my brother, but that part will make it sound that you are referring to two separate people. For example, David loves to sing and dance. My brother announced that David wants to compete in a singing competition in general trias. You see, David, in this sentence, David and my brother seems that they are two separate person or people. Okay? Instead, after introducing David, you can use the pronoun he. Okay? For example, David loved to sing and dance. He announced that he wants to compete in a singing competition in general trias. Okay? Okay. Pronouns can stand in for both proper and common nouns. Certain pronouns have precise criteria concerning that when they can be used, such as never referring to a human being. All of the distinct categories and their accompanying rules are explained below. So it is worth noting that some pronouns such as which and whose might have multiple functions depending on how they are used in a phrase. Okay, here's the different types of pronoun. First, personal pronouns. Okay, personal pronouns are pronouns that change from depending on their grammatical person. Okay? That is whether they refer to the person speaking or writing, or the first person point of view, the person or thing being talked to, or the second person point of view, or the person or thing being spoken about, or the third person point of view. Okay, here is the list that main personal pronouns. So, I, me, she, her, he, him, they, them, it, we, us, and you. Okay, for example, Diane will arrive from Tuguegarao today. She will need to attend makeup classes for the days of absences. Second, my family loves music. We play instruments every Saturday night. Okay? In this example, For the second example, it is a personal pronoun. Why? Because it is a first person point of view. It is the author himself. Or for the first example, it is a second point it is a second point of view or a secondary point of view because it is referring to another person. Okay, next is relative pronoun. Relative pronouns connect relative clauses to independent clauses. They frequently give new information about something stated in the sentence. Here are the pronouns that we include in relative pronouns: that, what, which, who, and whom. The woman who called earlier didn't leave a message. For the second example, all the dogs that got adopted today will be loved. My car, which is nearly 20 years old, still runs well. Again, what is relative pronoun? Okay, relative pronoun is connecting relative clauses to an independent clauses. For this example, the independent clauses is the woman who called, and the dependent clauses are earlier didn't leave a message. Why? Why do you think that is the independent clauses? Because the first sentence or the woman who called is an independent because it can stand in or in there alone, okay, in her alone, okay, or the sentence alone. While the earlier didn't leave a message, you can think that who leave a message, di ba? It is dependent to the person or the pronoun who, or in the sentence, the woman who called. Next, demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns includes that, this, and those. They can directly refer to an antecedent or replace one that has previously been cited or is obviously from context. This is used for single things that are close together. These are used for many objects that are close together. Yan. For example, this letter has no return address. What a fantastic idea! This is the best thing I've heard all day. If you think gardenias smell nice, try smelling this. Okay? Again, the pronoun here is this. For the first is this, second is this, this, and the third one is this, these. That is the use for single things that are located further away. Okay, as you can see from the sentence, it reflects that the item or the noun itself is far away from the author or from the speaker. Okay, here's another example. That house will be a nice place to live. Some new flavors of soda came in last week. Why don't you try some of those? Those are not swan, they are geese. Okay? From these examples, it is seen that the noun itself is from afar. Okay? Next, indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns are used to refer to a person or item that does not need to be identified, particularly or has already been mentioned. Here are some common indefinite pronouns: one, other, none, some, anybody, everybody, and no one. Okay, what is indefinite pronoun? Indefinite pronouns are used to refer to a person or item that does not need to be identified particularly. Okay? Again, indefinite pronouns are refers or referring to a person or item that does not need to be identified particularly. Okay, everybody was late to work because of the traffic jam. It matters more to some than to others. Nobody knows that the trouble I've seen. Okay? Okay. It's seen in here's in this sentence that in this particular pronoun, it is already been mentioned. Diba? Next, 5. Reflexive pronoun. It is the personal pronouns that ends in self or selves. Okay? Examples are myself, yourselves, and so on and so forth. For example, she checked herself out of the hotel 30 minutes before checkout time. Lola made herself a smoothie to bring to class. Take care of yourselves. Again, reflexive pronouns. It is a pronouns that ends in self or selves. Okay, next, intensive pronoun. Intensive pronouns have the same appearance as reflexive pronouns. Okay, but they don't have a particular different purpose. Okay, intensive pronouns emphasize their antecedent noun or pronoun by repeating it. It can be difficult to distinguish between them and reflexive pronoun because the emphasis isn't always evident. Okay, take note class. In intensive pronoun, emphasis isn't always evident. Okay? The emphasis from the noun isn't always evident. For example, I told them I could do it myself. It was the idea itself that posed a problem, not the way it was executed. If you can remove a pronoun from the sentence and it loses emphasis but its meaning stays the same, it's most likely an intensive pronoun. Compare these two sentences. I built this house. I built this house myself. See how the second one emphasized the speaker had no help in building the house. Intensive pronouns can help you express pride, shock, disbeliefs, credulousness, or incredulousness, or another strong emotion. Okay. Here are a few more examples. They hiked the entire Appalachian Trail themselves. Did you yourself see Loretta spill the coffee? Okay, next. Possessive pronoun. Possessive pronouns are sometimes called independent possessive pronouns because they show possession of a noun by replacing it. Okay? They look like mine, yours, ours, his, hers, theirs, and its. When you use an independent possessive pronoun, you drop the noun that the pronoun is expressing a relationship to. Okay? Here are a couple of examples. She had forgotten her jacket, so I gave her mine. So you drop the noun me. Okay? So I gave my jacket. Instead of using sentence, she had forgotten her jacket, so I gave her my jacket. Okay? Instead of using that my jacket again, you drop that my jacket to mine. Okay? But it reflects or it points to the jacket itself. I had no idea whose bid had won the auction. But then my cousins told me that theirs had. Or it means that they won the auction. Okay? Possessive adjectives also clarify what or who or what owns some things. Unlike possessive pronouns, which replace nouns, possessive adjectives go before nouns to modify them. Okay? It includes my, your, our, his, her, their, and its. For example, I crashed my bike into a telephone pole. Your house is always decorated so nicely. Okay, next. Interrogative pronoun. Okay, interrogative pronouns are used in questions. These are the interrogative pronouns, which is who, whose, whom, what, and which. Again, interrogative pronouns are used in questions. For example, who wants a bag of jelly beans? What is your name? Which movie do you want to watch? Whose jacket is this? Next, reciprocal pronoun. Okay, there are two types of reciprocal pronouns. This is each other and one another. These pronouns describe a mutual relationship between two or more elements. Again, it describes two or more elements. For example, Gabriel and Priya, the two top salespeople on our team, are competing with each other to be named salesperson of the year. Okay, each other refers to Javier and Priya. Now, for the second example, all my siblings are blaming one another for letting the BOA constructor out last night. Next, distributive pronoun. Distributive pronouns refers to nouns as individual elements of a larger groups. They enable you to single out individuals while acknowledging that they are a part of a group. Okay. Basically, distributive pronouns refers to a noun as an individual elements. Okay? Individual elements that can stand alone from a larger group. Okay? For example, all of my friends entered the costume contest and none of them won. Cookies and muffins are available for dessert. Neither is appealing to me. Okay, that is all for this week, class. I hope you learned something from me, and let's continue our discussion for the next video or our next topic.
That's all for this video. I hope you learned something. Bye!